Good morning, students. Welcome to Narayana Live classes. This is the assignment, chemistry assignment on 6th August 2020. Applications of redox reactions. Applications of redox reactions. Some important bits. This is the assignment for you. So, question number 1. Titration based on oxidation and reduction. The titration based on oxidation and reduction, the titration is called as, so option 1, acid-base titration, and option 2, acid-base neutralization, acid-base neutralization. Third, redox titration, and fourth, all. What is the answer, friends? Titration based on oxidation reduction. Oxidation based on oxidation and reduction. The titration is called as redox titration. The titration is called as redox titration. Titration based on oxidation and reduction. The titration is called as redox titration. Some titration, acid-base titrations are there. Some titrations, acid-base titrations are there. So next question. In permanganate titration, permanganate titration, indicator is permanganate titration indicator is. What is the indicator? Permanganate titration indicator is option 1, MnO4 minus acts as the self indicator. Next, C2O4 minus 2 minus or diphenyl amine, and 4-oxy starch. In permanganate titrations, KMnO4 react with oxalic acid, KMnO4 react with more salt, KMnO4 react with oxalic acid, or KMnO4 react with more salt, whatever it may be. Titrations are called as permanganate titration. In permanganate titration, MnO4 minus acts as self indicator. So after formation Mn plus 2 is a self catalyst or auto catalyst. So that's why KMnO4 itself acts as self indicator. Next, question number 3, very important question. In dichromate titration, indicator is, so option 1, Cr2O7 2 minus is self-indicator. Next, starch. And 3, diphenylamine. 4, methyl red. Cr2O7 minus 2 is a self-indicator or starch indicator or diphenylamine or methyl red. In dichromatic iterations, all dichromatic iterations, indicator is diphenylamine. Diphenylamine is a indicator in dichromatic iterations. Next, 4th one. 2 copper plus 2 plus 4 I minus gives rise to Cu2I2 plus X aqueous. Here X is. So option 1, Cu2I2, sorry, Cu2 and Cui. Third option is Cu. Fourth option is I2. So in this reaction, I2 is formed. I2 aqueous is formed. So here X is I2. In this reaction, here I2 is formed. I minus convert to I2. I minus convert to I2. Next, question number 5. I2 plus starch. So iodometric titration, starch is the indicator. I2 plus starch gives which color? Blue color. The endpoint gives blue color, a red color, and yellow, and no color. What is the answer, friends? I2 plus starch. In presence of starch, I2 give yellow color or blue color or red color. Blue color. That is very, very important. Yeah, starch is the indicator in hydrometric titration. By using starch indicator, estimation of I2. So in Cu plus 2 plus I minus convert to Cu I2 or Cu2I2. Yes, Cu2I2 plus here I2. In this reaction, I2 is formed. I2 is formed. There is reaction, I2 is formed. So I2 react with starch to give blue color. I2 react with starch to give blue color. That is the endpoint. Identification of I2. I2 gives blue color in presence of starch. So copper plus 2 plus 4I minus convert to Cu2I2 plus I2. That I2 react with starch to give blue color. That I2 react with starch to give blue color. So in this reaction, what is the indicator, student? Starch. Next, question number 6. In electrochemical cell, at anode, in electrochemical cell at anode, one oxidation is take place. So reduction take place. And both 1 and 2 both oxidation and reduction take place, and redox reaction take place. So in electrochemical cell or galvanic cell, at anode reduction is take place or oxidation is take place. At anode involved in oxidation, lose of electrons. Anode lose the electrons. Lose of electrons is called as oxidation. Lose of electrons are called as oxidation. So at anode, oxidation is take place. At cathode, reduction is take place. The overall reaction is redox reaction. Both electrodes. Final reaction is redox reaction. What is the answer, students? Oxidation is take place. Next, question number 6 or 7. Question number 7. The salt bridge. Salt bridge is removed. Salt bridge is removed. The EMF of the cell. EMF of the cell. 1. Drop to 0. And increases and remain constant. And 4. None of the above. None of this. So salt bridge in galvanic cells, salt bridge is there. One salt bridge. That is maintain the electrical contact and neutralize the extra charges. One salt bridge is there. Usable. Remove that salt bridge. What happens? So the electrons can't be moving from electrode to another electrode. One electrode to another electrode. So drop to the voltage, the EMF of the cell drop to 0. The EMF of the cell drop to 0. Remove the salt bridge in galvanic cell. The voltage, the EMF of the cell drop to 0. That is very, very important. Next question, statement type questions. This is a very, very important question number 8. Statement 1, statement 2. Two statements are given. Statement 1. Question number 8. Statement 1. A salt bridge helps in maintaining the charges balance in the two off cells. A salt bridge helps in the maintaining the charge balance in the two off cells. Maintaining the charge balance, salt bridge used to help in maintaining The charges balance in the two of cells. That is a very, very important. The charge balance, the charges balance. And statement 2. A salt bridge acts as an electrical contact between the two of cells. The salt bridge acts as an electrical contact between two of cells. What is the correct statements? What are correct statements? Correct statements are both statements are correct statements. So answer is second option or third option, both. Both 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are correct statements. This is the use of, this question belongs to use of salt bridge in galvanic cell or electrochemical cell. Galvanic cell or electrochemical cell. A salt bridge helps in maintaining the charge balance between two of cells. And another point, the salt bridge helps are used or act as electrical contact between two of cells. Two of cells. Next question number 9. Which salts are used in salt bridge? Which salts are used in salt bridge? Question number 9. Which salts are used in salt bridge? Which salts are used in salt bridge? 1. KCl, KNO3, NH4NO3, 4, all. Which salts are used in salt bridge? In salt bridge, this is the salt bridge, you said bridge. Yes. Other solution is there, other solution, that is the non-electrolyte. And in other solutions, some electrolytes are there, KCl or KNO3 or NH4NO3 are there, that are inactive electrolytes, not interact with electrolytes in this electrolyte, that are used to maintain the charge, balance the charges. So why this type of salts is used in salt bridge? Only these salts are used in salt bridge. Here, mobility of cation equal to mobility of anion. That's why these salts are used in salt bridge. The salts are used in salt bridge. So very, very important. These salts are used in salt bridge. Why? The mobility of K plus almost equal to mobility of anion or Cl minus. Here, mobility of K plus almost equal to mobility of NO3 minus. Here, mobility of NH4 plus is almost equal to mobility of NO3 minus. That's why these salts are used in salt bridge. In salt bridge, the ions move opposite direction. Cations move towards the cathode, anions move towards the anode. So anions balance the charge and neutralize the charge. The anion neutralize the charge at the anode. Cation neutralize the charge at cathode. So which salts are used in salt bridge, students? KCl, KNO3, NH4NO3 used in salt bridge. All are used in salt bridge. Why? Because these salts are used in salt bridge. The mobility of cation is similar to mobility of anion. Okay, students. So next. Question number 10. This is the statement type question. Statement 1. If E cell is positive, E cell is positive, then the cell reaction is spontaneous. The cell reaction is spontaneous. Statement 2. The sign of cathode is positive in galvanic cell. So E cell potential is positive, that cell is working, that reactions are spontaneous reactions. That is the very, very important. E equal to 0, that is the equilibrium reaction. E less than 0, non-spontaneous reaction. E equal to positive, that means not equal to 0, not equal to negative value, greater than 0. E value greater than 0, that is the positive values, that cell reactions are spontaneous reaction. That cell reaction is a spontaneous. Sign of the cathode in galvanic cell. Sign of the cathode in galvanic cell is positive. In galvanic cell, cathode is represented as positive and anode is represented as anode. Anode is negative, cathode is positive. Cathode is positive. Anode is negative, cathode is positive. So it is release the electrons. It release the electrons. That's why this is the negative. It absorbs, consume, accept the electrons. That's why positive. In galvanic cell or electrochemical cell. In galvanic cell or electrochemical cell, chemical energy converted to electrical energy. By using this cell, chemical energy converted to electrical energy. Production of electricity by using this electrical cells, electrochemical cells. These are very, very important. In galvanic cell or electrochemical cell, spontaneous redox reactions are take place. The time amount of energy releases, that energy convert to electrical energy. This is the applications of redox reactions, some important bits. This assignment for you. This is a very, very useful assignment. Okay, students. Thank you. Thank you very much, students.